Welcome back to Coffee News Break. My name is Bubba, and I was a coffee dude at Google for 11 years. Again, on this podcast, we go over the week's most interesting coffee industry-related news, podcasts, and resources. On today's episode, we're going to cover Ecuador Cup of Excellence, coffee sneakers, Nigeria joining the ICO, my podcast pick for the week, some educational content coming out, a class, as well as an event. So yeah, before we jump into it, once again, all of the topics covered today will be in the show notes. If you want to jump ahead at any time, you can go ahead and do that. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump into it. And the first story comes out of Ecuador. It talks about their very first Cup of Excellence auction that they had. And it looks like they broke some records. The previous record holder for price per pound paid was Ethiopia. It looks like they made about $250,000 at this auction. The average price per pound being paid around $33.55. By comparison, in the C market, the average price for a pound of coffee is only about $2.50. So congratulations to the group in Ecuador, and yeah, curious to see what else they're able to come up with in the future. And our next story actually is for those coffee people who are also sneakerheads. It looks like Adidas paired up with this company called Deadstock Coffee, based out of Oregon, I believe. They had 150 pairs made of the sneaker. Here is the bag it comes in. It's like a burlap sack with some Grain Pro. The actual design of the shoe itself is interlaced with similar characteristics. You see the burlap sack here, design, texture also, as well as the Grain Pro, the green here and here. Pretty cool sneaker. Hopefully they come out with, a second run of these. Again, only 150 were made, and like I believe it said, about 1,500 people try to buy them in the first minute, so they're sold out super fast. So, yeah, cool to see little coffee designs happening. Again, hopefully they drop another set of these so I can pick one up. And the next story talks about how Nigeria joins the ICO, or the International Coffee Organization. They're one of 43 different coffee-producing countries that have joined, and they represent about more than 97% of the world's coffee production. According to the article, Nigeria, a good amount of coffee come out of there is Robusta compared to Arabica, so that's pretty interesting. And the first podcast pick for the week is from the Daily Coffee Pro, again with Lisa Farr. The topic of the podcast is the new career path for baristas. So she actually touches on a couple really pretty legit options that baristas have. And there's actually a lot. There's actually more than you think if you are a barista and you want to, stay within the industry. There, within the supply chain, there's a ton of opportunities. It's kind of crazy. And you can travel the world, do a ton of things. But go ahead and give this a listen when you have a second. She gives you some more ideas and potentially an opportunity for some guidance. Yeah, check it out. And there is a resource book that came out from a Danish coffee company called The Coffee Collective. It's a book called The Fundamentals of Excellent Coffee. It's actually translated from their native language, and they released it. Talks about a whole bunch of different things. A chunk of it's their time working with the coffee farmers that they have and the supply chains that they have around the world, how they've grown their company to more than 100 employees. It covers a whole bunch of things from history of coffee production, cultivation, commercial, and home roasting, a bunch of instructions, latte art, espresso, bunch of recipes, talks about the seed to cup supply chain. Another awesome piece of information, resource that is available to you. I'll put the links in the show notes. And there is a event coming up in February from 4th to the 6th in Davis, California. Here in the States, it's this next year in a couple months, called the Sensory Summit. They're going to go over a whole bunch of different things there. It says 2 days of coffee sensory research and experiences. So join us when Sensory Summit returns in person at UC Davis, California, February 4th to the 6th, featuring a unique combination of coffee sensory talks and experiences. So that should be a really fun thing if you're in the area, or if you have time and you want to fly out to check it out. It's also hosted by the SCAA. Definitely check it out if you have time and the money. We have a series of events coming up. It's the Barista League competitions coming to 10 cities in 2022. The Barista League competitions are designed as fast-paced, team-based, interdisciplinary coffee challenges for baristas of any skill level. Some of these things include Barista Skills, Sensory Memory, and Mystery Round. Very interesting. Each event will also include a brew bar feature, featuring local roasters, DJs, and various non-coffee drinks. Some of the cities that they'll be hitting up are in North America, you have Portland, Oregon, Kansas City, Missouri, Mexico City, and Toronto, as well as other places around the world like Manchester, Budapest, Barcelona, Hamburg, Copenhagen, and Melbourne. So yeah, take a look at the link in the show notes for more information if you want to sign up to participate. All right, well, that's all we have time for today. We appreciate you being here. If you can, go ahead and hit that like button for us. Subscribe if you want to get notified of the most recent drops, and comment if you have any comments. Until next time, you guys have a fantastic rest of your week, and yeah, I'll see you next time.